Managers are paid to make hard decisions as markets for particular products change based on developments in new technology, new fads and trends in consumer taste, and increased pressure from new and existing competitors. Occasionally, the situation requires a serious look at the potential need to exit from a particular market or to drop a specific product. Sometimes these decisions are motivated by the opportunity to enter a new market or to add a new product line. For example, airlines are constantly evaluating whether to cut service on less traveled routes or to increase or cut back the number of first-class seats. The decision to drop a product line is critical because subsequently reversing the decision can be difficult or even impossible. Good management accounting can do much to facilitate the process of evaluating divisions, personnel, processes, and products. Conversely, a poor understanding of some critical management accounting concepts can lead to painful, if not potentially lethal, management decisions. To illustrate how accounting supports this evaluation process, it is important to understand some key management accounting terms. Just as fixed and variable costs are used in planning and product and period costs are used in controlling, there are ways to classify costs for evaluating performance. One of these classifications is direct costs and indirect costs. Direct costs are costs that can obviously and physically be traced to a business unit or segment being analyzed. The unit may be a sales territory, a product line, a division, a plant, or any other subdivision for which performance needs to be analyzed. Direct costs are often described as costs that could be saved if the segment were discontinued. Indirect costs, sometimes referred to as common costs or joint costs, are costs that are normally incurred for the benefit of several segments. An example of an indirect cost might be manufacturing overhead. In most large organizations, many, but not all types of manufacturing overhead costs are not directly identifiable with a specific product or product line. Costs are designated as either direct or indirect so that a business segment, such as a division or a product line, can be evaluated on the basis of only those costs directly traceable or chargeable to it. By focusing only on direct costs, management can both identify segments where performance needs to be improved and recognize segments where performance is making a real contribution to overall company profits. Now, the difference between direct costs and indirect costs is similar to the difference between another set of cost terms, differential costs and sunk costs. The differential costs of a decision, sometimes called avoidable costs, incremental costs, or relevant costs, are the future costs that change as a result of that decision. Sunk costs, on the other hand, are past costs that cannot be changed as a result of a future decision. A sunk cost is exactly what it sounds like. It's sunk. There is nothing a company can reasonably do to change a sunk cost in the short term. Finally, at the most general level, costs can be separated into out-of-pocket costs and opportunity costs. Out-of-pocket costs require an outlay of cash or other resources. Opportunity costs, on the other hand, are the benefits lost or forfeited as a result of selecting one alternative course of action over another. Now, throughout this course, we will be using various terms to identify different types of costs. As you've seen here, managerial accounting involves a lot of different terms for a lot of different types of costs. We will reinforce these terms as we move throughout the course.